Once again, I am going to talk smack about Hayao Miyazaki. I'm just kidding, guys. I'm not gonna talk negatively about him. As a matter of fact, here at Looper.com, I'm actually agreeing with Hayao Miyazaki. All right. So this article is very interesting, and it talks about the types of animation that Hayao Miyazaki hates. So let's go, guys. Let's get into it. Hello guys, don't forget to like this video, don't forget to subscribe, and hit that little bell right there so that you can get notifications every time I upload a video. Okay? Enjoy. What is up, guys? This is your boy Andy Matrix. Welcome to Andy Arts TV, where I talk about anime, video games, geek culture, and Japanese culture. So, I love this picture of Totoro. Oh. By the way, what is Totoro? Is he like a bear? I haven't watched this movie in such a long time. I don't know if he's like a big bear or like a raccoon. Well, he's not a raccoon, no. It's been so long since I watched this movie. Anyways, Hayao Miyazaki, the animation master responsible for Studio Ghibli and so many Japanese films. So, My Neighbor Totoro, Princess Mononoke is well known for his beautiful. Okay, so he's kind of like talking about it. So it says Hayao Miyazaki's wife, who is mother. Okay, it says I wish I will retire and take it easy and enjoy the rest of my life, but recently she's come to accept the fact that he cannot stop creating. So she knows that, so she'll be like, okay, if you rather create until the end of your life, then go to the studio, go to the office every day. Wow, so even Miyazaki's wife cannot get him out of retirement. I mean, excuse me, cannot get him out of the animation studio. I'm sorry. Okay, so it says it was a passionate young artist that allowed him to eventually embrace CGI. So here he's talking about CGI and what Hayao Miyazaki thinks about CGI. Now, I guess in the beginning he was kind of reluctant to it, like resistant to it, but he's become more accepting of CGI. And honestly, guys, at the end of the day, 2D animation, hand-drawn animation is just better in general, right? So it says Hayao Miyazaki does allow CGI in his work, although he has expressed in his excuse me, in the past that he finds aspects of it problematic. Boy, is that word popular here in the West. In 2009, the media reported that he shut down the CGI animation department of Studio Ghibli, which had been used to embellish hand-drawn images. I realized that Hayao Miyazaki says, I realized that by using computers, what we were doing is that people who could draw by hand, the computer somehow entered in their heads. Miyazaki said. He said, this is, I guess they're translating it through a translator. It says, so they were starting to draw to fit the computer images, and I thought that was the wrong way to go about it. You see, Miyazaki is very organic about things. He's very natural. He draws from life. He draws from nature, right? So he doesn't like CGI, but he has accepted it. He said the Borrow the Caterpillar director Kaku Arakawa noted that Miyazaki used computer-assisted graphics to blend with his hand-drawn animation in Princess Mononoke, Spirited Away, and House Moving Castle. In the following films, Ponyo and The Wind Rises, he went back to the traditional hand-drawn animation. Arakawa said, since he's strongly convinced that anime has to be hand-drawn, I don't think he was expecting much from the technology when he met these young CG animators. I mean, I could imagine that you have a bunch of kids, you know, in their early 20s or just fresh out of college. They do all this CGI work, right? They graduate, they get hired by Miyazaki, and they're like, okay, so what kind of CGI am I gonna create, right? And Miyazaki's like, no, we do hand-drawn animation only. Sorry, guys. Right, and then he says, it says here, what drew him to the opportunity was that he saw something in their eyes, their strong ambition and desire to accomplish something meaningful in their budding field. He told me they remind me of my old self. Right, so he has sympathy for other creators, you know, and that's great. Says Miyazaki has allowed some Studio Ghibli projects to use computer graphics more intensively, and he has acknowledged that CGI is the future. In this year's Earwig and the Witch, he also allowed his son Goro to delve more closely into the art form. So basically he has accepted CG animation, and I mean, yes, if you guys see the movies, what's the movie called? Earwig and the Witch. It's actually not that great, and I think Clownfish TV was talking about it, and hand-drawn animation is better. Studio Ghibli with hand-drawn is just way better, and CGI does have its place, like with animation such as Toy Story, but you know, there are some stories that are better told with hand-drawn animation. It says, but he can't stand artificial intelligence generated animation, which he calls an insult to life itself. And in case you guys were wondering, this is the Earwig. What's it called? Earwig and the Witch. I haven't seen it. I saw a trailer for it, and when I saw that it was CGI, I said I am not interested in watching this. You know? It says Miyazaki has saved his worst criticism for this specific type of computer animation. Artificial intelligence generated animation. There's widely circulated clip from Japanese network documentary series. It says, talking about Hayao Miyazaki, says the one who never ends, right? This is a docu-series. Says, which shadowed the animators at home and in the studio, interviewing him and his co-workers in the clip. Miyazaki is sitting in a classroom listening to presenters talk about what they're trying to do with the project and featuring artificial intelligence driven. Yeah, so actually, and if you see my recent videos, some of my videos, and maybe I'll put it in the description. But now animation studios, because animation is so expensive, I mean it's more affordable in Japan, but because a lot of people are complaining, a lot of animators are complaining, especially with what happened in MAPPA, like Netflix paying animators bottom rates. A lot of animators are either quitting, complaining, going on the internet, and so and starting complaining, letting people know that Netflix are basically paying slave wages, basically, So a lot of animation studios, what they're doing is that they're gonna start using artificial intelligence to kind of animate the in-between frames, the frames that they would usually outsource, the in-between frames. That's what they're doing. They're using artificial intelligence so they can animate the in-between frames, while regular animators, they draw the regular frames, and that's basically the future. And it's kind of inevitable because we're replacing humans with machines. This is happening all over. It's happening in the fast food industry. It's happening with cars. It's happening with truck drivers. It's happening with Uber and Lyft drivers. I know because I used to be one. It's happening all over the place. Artificial intelligence is taking over, and a lot of businesses like it because it's very convenient. And then one last thing. It says the presenter showed a video displaying ways in which AI could present us grotesque movements which we humans can't imagine. As they put it, for the purpose of perhaps creating innovative new zombie games. Miyazaki responded with a very cutting remark. He talks about a friend of his with a difficult disability. Oh wait, I remember this. He said, who has trouble even high-fiving people. And yeah, so this is this was one time where I guess like somebody showed him a video of like this CGI, I guess this artificial intelligence created like animation, and Hayao Miyazaki didn't like it whatsoever, man. He didn't like it whatsoever. So yeah, man, this is the type of animation Hayao Miyazaki hates. He has come to accept computer graphics, but he detests artificial intelligence. I mean, it's a freaking insult to life, to put it in his words. What is up, everybody? Thank you for watching the video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel so you can receive new future notifications. Check out the blog at ndrtv.com. Follow me on Twitter. If you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and leave your thoughts or anything you want to say right below this video in the comments below. This is Andy Matrix. Thank you for watching. Godspeed, everybody. Godspeed.